See, everything in the world is George W. Bush's fault, man. He ruined the whole 21st century, got this whole thing all off wrong. And the counterfactual is the most obvious one. Just if Cheney and Rumsfeld hadn't, and the neocons hadn't been there, and just Colin Powell was driving the car, we'd have had a much better foreign policy. And he's obviously a war criminal and lied us into war with Iraq. But that was not his policy. They dragged him along for the ride. And yes, he should have resigned. I hold him responsible. But I'm just saying, W. Bush, this completely narrow-minded idiot who knew nothing, right? Had no vision of anything other than like trying to look like a man in front of his dad or whatever kind of stupid pathology. But at the dawn of the 21st century, at the first month of the 21st century, and I get to decide all of this stuff. What a responsibility. And instead, he just like used that as a gimmick. Like, oh, history has called us into action. Now we have to attack Iraq and all this crap. And so what he did was he took our slogans of not just libertarianism slogans, but American slogans of freedom and liberty and justice and peace. And then he launched aggressive wars and killed a bunch of innocent people and just absolutely made ridiculous fools out of all of us. As bad as things were in the Cold War and all that, at least we did kind of have an excuse. You could believe that we believed it. They're like, hey, we were just trying to protect you from the commies, man. Sorry if we intervened and propped up your right-wing dictator, but at least we kept the Reds out, right? Something like that. But after 30 years of this post-Cold War, it's completely hollow. If you talked about freedom and justice and liberty and the Statue of Liberty and the red, white, and blue and the Bill of Rights and all that, if you talked that way to foreigners about America, they're just going to laugh in your face, dude. Nobody believes in that stuff anymore. W. Bush blew it. And then look at everything since. I don't mean to leave Obama out either. I mean, he killed 1 million people too.